Global Financial Markets is the largest practice area in our London office and across the firm. If you think of a global financial centre, those products are what we do. So anything ranging from initial public offerings right through to the latest leverage financings. We work on financing anything you can think of really. And we also have an amazing team of specialists within our practice area who focus on when things aren't going so well, post-pandemic, the restructuring and solvency team, through to financial regulation, which continues to be an incredibly important area underpinning everything we do.
I decided on law because I was looking for a career that was going to help me develop as a person and help me learn while being academically stimulating. So it was an opportunity to work for one of the best law firms in the world, surrounded by people who genuinely seem to be really nice, and I thought that would really help my development.
The work here is some of the most intellectually challenging and complex work. The group is very friendly, from sort of the most senior lawyers down to sort of the trainees, the junior associates, and everyone is very supportive. So whenever I have a question, people are always willing to explain things to me and help me figure out the answer.
We've worked on the ASDA financing, acquisition of ASDA, so a household name, through to doing an IPO of the Hut Group, which is initial public offering of a big company. We are also very, very active in terms of digital currencies, in terms of fintech, so we're at the forefront of some of the newer financial products which are emerging. ESG is top of the agenda for many of our clients, and they expect Clifford Chance to be right at the forefront of all of the innovation in that area. So we, for example, would be financing wind farms in the North Sea, through to helping issue blue bonds to protect the seas in the Pacific. So lots and lots of different products going on.
One of the high-profile deals I did as a trainee was with our general banking group. Our client was acquiring a group of theme parks across the world, and so we helped them put in place the financing for that transaction. And so my role was liaising with the clients and the various parts of their structure across the world, and putting in place the board minutes and the necessary documentation, putting together a suite of paperwork for the directors across the world to sign.
One of my very first transactions I actually worked on in GFM was with the office in Turkey, in Istanbul, and since then I've worked on transactions with offices in all of continental Europe, in Australia, just across the globe. Our relationship with them is great. They're our colleagues in a different country, so it really, for me, means that we can deliver clients a seamless experience, because they're coming to one company, essentially, which has offices in different jurisdictions and therefore has that knowledge of the law in the relevant jurisdictions.
Clifford Chance to me represents a combination of excellence and diversity, but what we do share is a real hunger and ambition to do the best for our clients. So the real focus on quality, excellence and expertise. And I think that's recognised by clients and competitors through Clifford Chance in GFM having more Tier 1 rankings in all the legal directories than other firms, and a real depth of expertise across the products that we specialise in. So we're acting for a big range of banks, financial investors such as PE funds and corporates. And those transactions can be very complex, they can be cross-border, so oftentimes we're working with colleagues across our network. So it's very collaborative, you need to be part of a team, and it can be time pressured. So there's a lot going on, and we expect our trainees to get stuck in. So from the day that you arrive, you will receive a lot of training, but you'll also be actively involved in working on transactions. And therefore, I think people who are well organised, they're smart, they're bright, and they have a lot of initiative, fit in really well and quickly become a really valued member of the team.
Before I joined the firm, I wasn't expecting to have the level of engagement that I did as a trainee. And I was very much in the middle of everything and making sure that the process was running smoothly for everyone. It is stressful and there is a lot of moving pieces to stay on top of, but it is a great learning experience and I very much enjoyed the challenge of figuring it all out.
So right now I'm working on an Italian transaction with our Milan team. I'm working on a number of deals with my colleagues in Madrid and frequently working with colleagues across the Netherlands, Germany and Paris. We know each other really, really well. We're good friends. And so when something difficult happens on a transaction or we have challenging issues to deal with, it's really easy to pick up the phone and we know each other very well.
You're in the deep end, but with a lot of support around you, and people will always make sure when you're given a task for the first time and say, have you done this before? If not, this is how you might want to approach it. I was pleasantly surprised at how much responsibility you're given at quite an early stage, but obviously responsibility that someone's kind of guiding you with, so you never feel like you're left on your own with no support behind you.
I think the most important quality that we're looking for is a real enthusiasm. There's lots and lots to learn. I'm still learning every day, and I think the fact that that's interesting and stimulating is really, really important. On top of the intellectual curiosity and enthusiasm, I think it's important that people are resilient and have a degree of drive, because the work can be quite demanding, and therefore it's quite important to understand yourself and to understand how to perform in a high pressure environment.
The part of the work that attracts me the most is the drafting of the documents. Our documents are very logical and they're like a piece of a puzzle that you need to put together. And I very much enjoy the challenge of working through the documents, figuring out how the pieces all fit together. And our documents are very complex, and it is the challenge of figuring things out that keeps me going.
I think for me, the main thing which I focus on is ensuring that I'm proud of every piece of work which I send out to clients. And I think the full team, and I think Clifford Chance as a whole, is very similar to that. We don't like to produce anything which is not at the level which we expect from ourselves and that our clients expect from us.
I think it's really hard to predict the future. We've started last year in the pandemic worrying whether there was going to be really strong economic headwinds. In fact, we're in the middle of a complete boom in the market, and we don't see signs of that necessarily slowing down. I think in terms of some of the big themes, we're seeing those already, the emergence of fintech and the increasing importance of tech in everything we do, including in the financial markets. Obviously, the ESG, environmental, social and governance agenda, is very high on everyone's agenda, and that's really impacting the way in which companies are looking to finance their businesses. And it's also really important for investors and lenders in terms of the types of businesses that they're prepared to finance and the terms that they offer. I think there's been a real change to the players in the financial markets over the course of my career, and I think we expect that to continue. So yeah, it'll be exciting.
My greatest inspiration on a daily basis is the people I work with, from the most senior lawyers, partners, down to my peers. Everyone's very committed to delivering the best possible service and doing the best possible work that they can possibly do, and that inspires me to also do the same. And I can see what that commitment and what that pursuit of excellence leads to, and that very much inspires me to also keep pursuing it and doing the same.
Clifford Chance routinely win awards and are given the best mandates. Clients are very appreciative of the work we do, and it's on deals which are at the top level, sometimes which have never been done before and are really cutting edge.
The economy doesn't stand still, and nor do our clients. I joined the firm in 1999. It was a very steady growth, award-winning deals right up to 2007, and then we saw a huge crash, a global financial crisis, just when I became a partner and I was pregnant with my daughter, and then I came back to a completely different world. It's evolving all the time, and at the moment it's evolving very, very, very quickly. So you need to be nimble, and you don't quite know where the market's going to go. If you kind of work hard and you're a little bit lucky, you'll probably be at the forefront of the market, and therefore you'll get a ringside seat, which I quite enjoy.